Good evening. My name is Chris Haggerty, as well said, and you got it very well. I feel honoured and humbled to talk today, surrounded by so many clever people. I speak one language. You all speak many. So I will try to talk slow and help to make sure you understand. If you have questions, please come and ask me afterwards. I am President of the South Warrandyte Fire Brigade, and I've been involved in the CFA, or the Volunteer Fire Service, for over 25 years, in both here and Western Australia. Unfortunately, I was a volunteer firefighter at Malakuta on the 30th of December this year, where we came across a significant fire event. I ask you all to consider in your day-to-day lives to make sure for your children, for your elderly and for yourself that you have a fire plan, be it at home or on holidays. So at your home, if a fire happens, it's important that you practice with your children where you will meet. That may be the letterbox, it may be the next door neighbour's house, but it is important that you all talk about it from your youngest to your oldest. Because if you remember that in a fire, you will get out safely. If you need to call the fire brigade, be it myself and the volunteers or our career staff in the Metropolitan Fire Brigade, there's 3 numbers. 000, and ask for the fire brigade. They will ask your address and they will ask what the emergency is. Please take the time to remember those numbers. It's 000 and an emergency. So in Australia, be it police, ambulance or fire, they are the 3 numbers that you need to call. In Australia, the emergency services are trained to support everybody and anybody in need. Don't be afraid to call them. If you're uncertain, come and talk to me after. I have a long history of firefighting in Australia. I've also spent a lot of time working in our community services, assisting people to understand the importance of having a fire plan. So the reason I raised Malakuta before is there were lots of people on holidays. If you're going on holidays, check to make sure what the fire plan is going to be while you're away. Remember, in Australia, we're different to where you're from because we have a very dry bush that's prone to burn. So please make sure you don't leave fires lit during the fire danger period. If you're not sure what that is, go to your local fire brigade and ask them. It's really important that as a community that comes together on your 72nd anniversary, what an amazing achievement. 72 years of independence. And since then you've all gathered in here in Australia and you have a very strong community. I was so impressed to see you young people carrying forward your traditional dance, to see you carrying forward those passions around your home of where you were born and where your family were from. And I'm even prouder to see you here in Australia, and we welcome you all. Because Australia is made up of people of every culture. And together, we can learn a lot from each other. So be that be in the SES, in the CFA, there's lots of opportunity in Australia to volunteer to make it a better place. And everyone needs to contribute to make it a better place. I'm sure your secretary will tell you, for your committee to be effective, he needs lots of volunteers. So if you haven't done so, talk to him about how you can help. But I urge you, have a fire plan, understand what it means. In Malakuta this year, we didn't lose anybody's lives. We lost 122 people's houses though. And that's very hard for us as firefighters to deal with because we don't like to lose houses. We want everyone to go home safe. So I'm very honoured to be here tonight. I thank you very much for the opportunity to talk to you all. I welcome any questions you may have, and to try and support into your next 72 years of independence. Congratulations. Thank you.